So there are a number of reasons why you might want to transfer your stocks from Robinhood to Fidelity, but whatever the reason, this video is going to show you exactly how to do that step by step. Now, Fidelity is definitely a company with a much longer track record than Robinhood and a lot less controversy as well. So a lot of investors might feel like it's a natural progression to move from Robinhood to Fidelity once they've become more serious about their investing and really want to think long term. Now, the process to transfer from Robinhood to Fidelity is actually pretty simple because you can do it through the ACATS system. ACATS stands for Automated Customer Account Transfer Service, and basically means that you don't have to sell your stocks. You can directly move them from Robinhood to Fidelity without selling and without tax consequences. Now, let's dive into my phone and I'll show you exactly how to start that transfer. So the first thing you'll want to do is head to your Robinhood account, and what you're going to need to find here is your account number. You'll find that by clicking on the little person icon in the bottom right hand corner, clicking on the little hamburger menu in the top right, and then clicking on that investing option at the very top of the screen. Now, I'm not going to click on that because it's going to expose my account number and I don't want to do that, but that's where you're going to click, and then at the top of your screen, you'll find your account number. Make sure you write that down or take a screenshot because you're going to need it for the next step. Now, the next step is to head on over to Fidelity, click on the little money icon in the bottom right-hand corner, press transfer, and then click on transfer assets from another financial institution on the bottom here. You're going to press continue, and it's going to take you to Fidelity's website. Now, from Fidelity's website, you're going to press start a transfer. You're going to look up Robinhood. You're going to click on Robinhood Securities LLC. You're going to press next. This is basically just telling you that you're only going to be able to transfer over things that you're already approved to trade on Fidelity, and you're only going to be able to transfer into an individual account, not a retirement account, because Robinhood doesn't offer retirement accounts. So you can just close that out. In here, you'll type in your account number that you grabbed earlier. You'll just leave this selector on brokerage. You'll press next. You'll decide whether you want to transfer into an existing account or open a new account. We'll just say we want to open a new account. You'll want to click on brokerage individual one owner. You'll press next. And then from here, it's going to take you through the process of opening up a new account and then transferring your assets in. I personally don't want to open up a new account with Fidelity, so I'm not going to go through this process, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. You don't really need any additional information besides that account number. Now, there are some questions that you're going to be asked during this process, one of which is if you want to initiate a full transfer or a partial transfer of your investments. Now, this basically just means you want to transfer all of your assets from Robinhood to Fidelity or only some of them. Now, in most cases, you're probably going to want to transfer all of them, but if you do want to make a partial transfer, just know that's an option as well. With both of these, there is going to be a fee charged of $75, whether it's a full transfer or a partial transfer. So just keep that in mind. And that's going to be debited from your Robinhood cash balance. If there's not enough cash in your Robinhood account to satisfy that fee, then they're going to have to sell off some of your investments. So just be mindful of that. If you don't have the $75 in your Robinhood account, you're going to want to likely sell some of your investments or deposit a little bit more money just so you have that, so that Robinhood's not choosing what to sell. You are in fact choosing what to sell. Now, after you decide to launch your transfer, your account is going to be restricted. Okay, that's because your stocks are currently in transit from Robinhood to Fidelity, so they're not going to allow you to make any transactions because that could mess with your investments. And if they're already in transit, then they don't want you to be messing with that. With a partial transfer, the same thing's going to happen, except only the relevant investments will be restricted. So if you're transferring, say, all of your Apple stock, then your Apple stock's going to be restricted, but you'll still be able to transact with the other stocks that are not going to be impacted by that transfer. Now, it's also important to know that it's likely going to take a little bit of time for your assets to fully move from Robinhood to Fidelity. You should honestly allow for up to 2 weeks for this transfer to take place. It can be slower during certain times when there's a lot of people looking to move during big events or controversial moments. This can be really, really dramatically slowed down. So just keep that in mind if it is a busy time. But if it's just normal times and there's nothing crazy going on in the world, then you should be able to transfer fairly smoothly, and it might only take a week or so. Since Robinhood also allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, it's important to think about what's going to happen with those assets as well if you want to make a transfer to Fidelity. So basically, if you initiate a full transfer, Robinhood is going to sell your crypto on your behalf and then move the cash into Fidelity for you. If that's not what you want, then you're probably going to need to do a partial transfer and not include those cryptocurrencies. Additionally, you can choose to sell those cryptos yourself before initiating the transfer if you want to be in control there. But just know with a full transfer, Robinhood does have the potential to sell your cryptocurrency on your behalf. So that's realistically everything you need to know about transferring from Robinhood over to Fidelity. If you have any questions about this process, feel free to drop them in the comments below and we'll get back to you. And if you want a step-by-step guide on how to do this process that is fully written out and includes screenshots and pictures. You can find that over on our website, investingsimple.com. The easiest way to find that is to head on over to Google, search for transfer from Robinhood to Fidelity, and then click on the link for investingsimple.com. We'll see you over there.